What's up, people? Today we're going to be replacing the screen on this iPad 6th generation right after this. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Kedrick Foster. I do unboxings and reviews of all the latest tech. So if you like that type of content, hit that like and that subscribe button. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to be replacing this screen on the iPad 6th generation. The model number of this one is the A1893. The process is pretty similar to any of the iPads that has this type of display. If it has one of the laminated displays, then you're definitely not going to be able to use this process. But if you have any of these earlier iPads, then it's going to be pretty much the same process to repair. What we're using to repair this is a kit I got from Amazon. Just a basic screen repair kit. And this one is from FixCracked. I'm going to show you what comes with it. So it comes with all the tools you need, including some wiping cloths. You have your suction cup, which will help you pull the screen up once you detach it. And then of course you have your screen with the digitizer, and this one already has the home button on it as well. Now I have a black one. The original screen, as you can see, is white. They didn't have a white one, but it should still work just fine. So first thing we want to do, as far as tools, all you need is this kit and a heat gun. Now if you don't have a heat gun, you can just use a hairdryer. First thing we gotta do is get this screen off. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to heat up the sides of the screen. Now let me see if they have a pry tool. Yep, so they have a pry tool right here. What you wanna do is heat up the sides of the screen with the heat gun so you can get that glue loose, and then you'll be able to pry it loose. So let's go ahead and get this heated up. Now you don't need this on high to full heat. You can put it on pretty much the first setting. And if you have a hairdryer, you're gonna have to put that on the highest heat because they don't get as hot as a heat gun. So we're just gonna go around the edges. Try to get it nice and heated. I try to avoid putting the heat directly over where the camera is, so you can kind of skip over that part. All right, let's try that. Now this right here is pretty much the hardest part of the whole project, and that is getting the old screen off. So what you want to do is you want to take this pry tool, and you're going to try to get in between the frame and the glass and pry it up. So let's see if we can find a spot. Alright, so once you get to this point, you just need to go around and clean up all of the excess pieces of glass. You want to make sure you have a nice clean surface, you know, when you want to put the new screen on. So just go around the edges, take your time, get all the leftover pieces of glass up, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, so I got it to the point where all the screws are exposed for the actual LCD. So I want to get that out the way before I finish, cleaning around the edges, because I'm starting to get a little bit of debris on the screen. So I'm gonna go ahead. Comes with this little mini screwdriver. You want to go ahead and take these screws out. Now you may have to pry underneath the screen to get it to separate. There's no glue on it, but it is wedged in there pretty good, so you might have to pry it out a little bit, but make sure you don't bend your screen at all. So, if I can get this side up. Alright. Now, if you can see underneath, make sure you can get a view of that. There's another set of, well, 3 screws that you need to unscrew so you can disconnect the LCD from the board. So there's going to be like a metal. Make sure you don't lose these screws, and these screws are real small. There's like a little metal covering that's pretty much helping to hold the connectors in. So you want to remove those 3 screws. Again, make sure you don't lose those screws. Then you want to pry this little piece of metal up, and that will disconnect your screen. So now that you have your screen out, you want to set that somewhere safe. And now you just have the battery and the screen to get rid of. So at this point you can really go into cleaning. Make sure you get all the spare glass up. Make sure you get all the extra glue up from around the outside. And then we'll go into installing a new screen. Now these right here are the connectors from the old screen. You could just pop these out like that. Now this part right here, this is the home button assembly. So if you got a screen that didn't come with the home button, you would have to take this all out. The way you do that is right here. Let's see if we can get some tape off. And remove the tape. There's my tweezers. Alright, so you want to take this tape off. Alright, so you just pull that out. It's pretty much like a pen. I don't know if you be. Oh, this is probably too small to focus, but let's see if it will. Yeah, maybe that worked. That's like a little connector which goes into that. So this whole piece right here is the home button assembly. You would have to peel all of this glass off to attach it to the new screen, but thankfully this one comes with a new home button. So we're just gonna go ahead and finish removing all of this glass from around the outside before we put the new screen on. So when you're cleaning it, a lot of this glue you might have to scrape off because you want to make sure that your new screen sits in here flush. Now, if I haven't already told y'all this, I'm not a professional iPad repairer, so my purpose for doing this video is letting you know that anybody can do this video. Anybody can do this repair. As long as you take your time, follow the instructions, you'll be fine. So this iPad was my son's, and it was about to go in the trash, but I figured this would be a good opportunity to shoot this video for people who may not necessarily want to go out and buy a new iPad, or don't want to necessarily go out and pay a couple $100s to get it repaired. And you got about an hour free time on your hands, you can go ahead and do this yourself. And if I haven't already mentioned in the video earlier than this, I don't think I did, but this repair kit only cost me about $21. So for 21 bucks, and I'm sure it'll be in the description or the title of this video, but yeah, for 21 bucks you can bring your old iPad to life. So we got this about clean as we can get it. We also have the display about as clean as I can get it. So now it's time for the moment of truth. So we're gonna take this new display. So these two connections right here, let me see if you can see it. These two connections for here are for the actual digitizer. So you're gonna connect these first, right? And after you connect them, you're gonna peel this tape off and fold it back like this. I'll show you when I do it, but just wanted to show you that ahead of time. So now we're going to take these two connections, and they pretty much just press in. Actually, before I do that, let me find something that I can rest this on. So a lot of times it'll make it easier if you have something that this can rest on. So I use this candle. Hopefully I'll be able to zoom in with this, but alright, so we got them both in. Now we want to try to peel this off on the actual Now there's a piece of film underneath. You want to peel this off before you bend the thing over. So let's go ahead and get this peeled down. And now you want to take this. This is where you're going to need some of those pliers. I'll take this. Hopefully you'll be able to zoom in on this, but alright, so this connector right here for the home button goes in here. Just slide it on in. So that's in there. And flip down. Alright, so that's in. Now you want to take these two pieces of adhesive off of the screen. I'm gonna peel that. You want to bend this over like so. Like that. And then you want to take this other adhesive off. Alright. Then we're just going to bend all of this over. It's going to be hard for me to get an angle for you to see this, but pretty much what you're going to be doing is connecting the screen back into its slot. Okay, that's two. And let me get this last screw on. Alright, so now that we got all the screws in, now you just sit this display back down inside. Alright, so now that you got that done, make sure you screw your screen back in. Go ahead and do that. Grab your 4 screws and screw your screen back in. Alright, so we're coming towards the end. Last thing we want to do, so there's more adhesive strips around the edges. So you want to peel those off. Got that there. You want to cross the top. Then you have your one for the side. Peel off. And then after that, what you want to do, make sure you have no debris on the inside of your screen. Make sure everything's clean. You want to press your screen in. Then there's another protective layer on the outside, but go around, make sure you're nice and snug in the case. Your final protective film off once you got it all pressed down. And there you have it. Make sure your touchscreen is working. Make sure your home button is working. And you're good to go. All right. right, and then you have back a fully functioning iPad. So that's pretty much it. So that's going to be the end of this video. If y'all have any questions about this process, definitely drop them down in the comment section. I know it's probably a little bit difficult for people who haven't done this type of project. This is actually my second time doing one, but like I said, it's not really that difficult. So as long as you take your time, follow the instructions, you'll be good to go. I also have the link for this kit. This is not a sponsored video. I'll just link the one that I use, but there's a million different kits that they sell on Amazon to repair your iPad. So just make sure you check the model number, make sure the model number matches yours, and then you should be good to go. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.